Hello and welcome back to an episode of Passport to Possibility. In recent videos, we've talked about UK rule changes, the US pause on certain types of immigrant visas for 75 countries, and why a real Plan B matters more in 2026 than ever before. Today, and over the next few episodes, I want to bring that conversation closer to home. I live in St Kitts Nevis, and I've worked in the citizenship by investment industry for almost a decade, and I've visited each of the main Caribbean citizenship by investment jurisdictions many times. In fact, I'll be back in Grenada very soon. So in this mini-series, I'll walk through the current Caribbean citizenship by investment options and how they stand today in early 2026, starting with St Kitts and Nevis. St Kitts and Nevis runs the world's longest-standing citizenship by investment program, originally launched in 1984 and substantially modernized over the last decade. Today, it offers structured routes through contributions to government-approved funds and through careful vetted real estate projects with due diligence that has been tightened significantly in response to international standards and US-EU pressure. It is important to note that the contribution route is likely to soon become a thing of the past. So if you are interested in the donation path, it would be critical to act soon. So St Kitts and Nevis passport gives a broad range of advantages and is part of the OECS, which offers regional free movement within several Eastern Caribbean states. Members of the OECS include Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, St Kitts and Nevis, St Lucia, St Vincent and the Grenadines, and others. So the program has moved away from discount campaigns and now focuses on higher minimums, more robust vetting, and more structured real estate, which for serious applicants is actually positive. It protects the long-term reputation and visa-free relationships that make the passport valuable. So there are two primary pathways for citizenship by investment: the sustainable island state contribution donation option or public benefit option. So this is the most straightforward and is very commonly used route, which will likely be phased out in the future. You make a non-refundable contribution to the government's fund aimed at supporting economic development. So the minimum contribution is US $250,000 for a main applicant or a family of four. This contribution supports national priorities, like I mentioned, like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. There are additional due diligence fees and other fees that are applicable. So another is the real estate route. So instead of the donation, you can invest in government-approved real estate. So the minimum investment starts at US $325,000 in an approved development like hotel shares, villas, or shares in a luxury condominium. So there's also an option to invest in a single-family private home starting around US $600,000 in a qualifying home. So the holding requirement, the property must be owned for at least 7 years before resale. You may be able to rent the property or use it as a residence during the holding period, depending on the specific real estate that you've selected. And we have a wide range of selection of real estate available on our website at jhmarlinlaw.com. Some advantages of becoming a citizen include having access to a favorable tax environment, provided you were to relocate. No personal income tax, there's no gift, wealth, or inheritance tax in St Kitts and Nevis. You have strong global mobility with dual citizenship permitted. You have efficient and predictable process. There's clear legislation, defined investment routes, and a professional citizenship by investment unit, which ensures consistency and reliability. While in the past it has been a slower process, at the moment the unit is more efficient and it's taking around 3 to 6 months. So citizenship, you can include your family. It's very family inclusive and it's generational citizenship. Citizenship can be obtained for spouses, for your spouse, dependents, and can be generally passed on to future generations. The country is politically and economically stable. It's a stable democracy with a strong legal system based on English common law. It's also a great place to live with a friendly, relaxed, and laid-back environment. In my personal view, life moves much slower in a good way. People greet each other, conversations happen organically, and there's a strong sense of familiarity. It's normal to run into the same faces at the gym, at the grocery store, or at the beach. The islands are small enough that nothing ever feels far away. yet large enough that has variety. If you're looking to relocate, there are plenty of activities from swimming, snorkeling, scuba diving, deep sea fishing, tennis and pickleball. There's cycling, yoga, hiking, horseback riding, and so much more. There are plenty of beach bars and restaurants. Surprisingly, there are a variety of decent restaurants as well. There are also carnivals, music festivals, and cultural events happening throughout the year. And you can also do day trips and overnight trips to nearby islands like Saba, Statia, St. Martin, Anguilla, or St. Bart's. So overall, life here encourages being active without feeling rushed. You naturally end up moving more and spending time outside and socializing with smaller, more meaningful ways. Many clients have asked whether the recent U.S. pause on immigrant visa process for 75 countries, St. Kitts and Nevis being among them, means that the Citizenship by Investment program is over. The short answer is no. The U.S. measure is directed at immigrant visas, such as many green card routes, and it's framed around public charge rules. It does not cancel tourist or student visas, and it does not close or outlaw the St. Kitts and Nevis Citizenship by Investment program itself. What it does is underline something I've said in earlier videos: a Caribbean passport should be viewed as a diversification tool in its own right, and not as a backup door to U.S. permanent residence. So because I live in St. Kitts and Nevis and have handled many Citizenship by Investment files here, my team and I are able to combine on-the-ground understanding of projects, government practice, and bank expectations with a broader Plan B strategy that may include other countries and ancestry routes. If you want to see how these ideas fit into the global picture, you may want to watch the companion videos on the UK changes and the US immigrant visa freeze after this one. And if you're considering St. Kitts and Nevis as part of your Plan B, we would be happy to discuss whether it truly matches your goals, risk profile, and timeline. Our contact details are listed in the description below. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Passport to Possibility. We look forward to delivering further videos in this mini-series on Caribbean citizenship by investment. All the best. Bye.